think about where you can be outside the box. Where is it that you can source your people from that might be from your past? What skills do you have from your past that you can bring into it now? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as the old saying goes. Think about how you can successfully repurpose skills that you already have into this new business.
Mentoring with Geraldine is a bite-sized practitioner podcast for naturopaths, nutritionists, herbalists, coaches, and practitioners. This podcast responds directly to the needs of you, the practicing natural therapist. We have interviews during the holiday season and business and mindset support each week, so you'll get the variety you need to enjoy and stay motivated in your practice. Don't forget to subscribe to receive the weekly episodes. And if you want to connect with me, always check the show notes, because that's where you'll find the links to book appointments and, of course, to join the Academy, the membership group where there's constant connection and community with like-minded practitioners. Now, let's get started.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Mentoring with Geraldine and the Bite-Sized Podcast. How the devil are you? What are we going to talk about today? Over the next few weeks, I'm really going to be talking to you about the practitioner-client relationship and about building that business. So they're all going to be short ones, as always. They're always bite-sized, but we're going to have hopefully a different look at the way we're doing things. So I thought we'd start with building the business, and that is about relationships. It's about connecting with our clients, speaking their language, and getting them to share who we are with other people. All right. Because it is a struggle to build that initial client base. It doesn't come overnight. And we may have to have that side gig going on whilst we're doing it. All right. And that's not a bad thing, because that's a way of meeting people as well, having that side gig. So as a nurse, I never actually met anybody who came to see me in clinic, but I know another nurse who does. She has lots of other nurses come and see her. So I never had any clients come to see me from the hospital. But at the same time, it was a great break for me mentally not to be the one in charge, deciding, doing all the things. So it is good to have an alternative space for the mind and for the brain as you build up your business. Now, I know pharmacists who, naturopaths as well, and they're building their business from the people they're meeting in pharmacy. So we do meet people in our everyday walk of life that can become our clients, or at least tell other people about us. So it's really important that you do have your elevator pitch all ready to go. What is it that you say to people when they say to you, "What do you do for a living?" That's really important, okay? You don't want them to then turn around and go, "Oh, that's a cutesy little thing to do," or whatever. You need to be confident. You need to say what you do. However, saying, "I'm a naturopath," or "I'm a nutritionist," they're not saying what you do. People don't know what you do by giving those titles. All right. If you were to say, "I dig roads," that's obvious what you do. You dig roads. Okay. So it's the same sort of thing. We have to dig the roads by giving out that information. We're saying, you can give your title if you want to. You could say, "I'm a naturopath who helps women overcome their menopausal symptoms or deal with menopausal symptoms." Or, "I'm a nutritionist who helps teenagers deal with their acne." And you might be telling an elderly gentleman who's 80 that you help menopausal women or you help teenagers with acne. That's fine, because they probably know a menopausal woman. They might have had a wife who went through it, and they'll commiserate and go, "Oh no, that good on you. I know my wife struggled," or whatever. Or they might have grandchildren. They might be speaking to teenagers. You just don't know who's connected to whom. All right. So you need to have that line sorted so you can directly tell people exactly what you do and who you help. All right. And that way you're already front foot. You've already said to them who you are and what you do. It's really important that we're confident in how we tell people, okay? Because we want them to be confident in who we are and what we do. So when we're starting out, it is hard to find those first few clients. Getting testimonials can be hard, but anyone can give you a testimonial, all right? Any friend can pop onto Google My Business and say, she's a lovely person, or he's great, he really listens, they are really good to be around, whatever it is, something short, simple. Okay. I review restaurants all the time. I don't go into a load of detail. Some people do. But the reviews for me on Mentoring with Geraldine, I've got long ones that are all medical, but I also have some really short ones as well. And they're the best ones because people just want to know that you're a good person, that you've helped them. Okay. So starting out, let's just get those few testimonials from people that you know. Okay. So that we've got something in the background. Then once we've got those few clients through the door, with those few clients, you have to encourage them to tell other people. Word of mouth is massive. All right. It's really huge. So how do you do that? What I did was I offered a free appointment. If you refer someone to me and they become a client, then you get a free appointment. I had one lady who literally built my business doing that. She told all of her friends. I don't think she's ever paid for an appointment since then because she just referred so many people to me. I've done all my research on her. I know what's going on in the background. I don't have to worry about that. When I see her, those are coaching sessions to encourage her to continue doing what she needs to do for her health. Because I've already done my research, I've already done all the hard work. And each client she's given me earns me a couple of $1,000s. And that's what you should be earning on each client as well. That's taking into account profits from product. And if they buy a program, there's a whole gamut of things that a client can do with you. And that's not profit that I was talking about there. That's the total taking from the client. That is not the profit. Oh, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Used totally the wrong word there. So yeah. So just think, wow, Geraldine's doing really amazing. And then listen to the quick disclaimer after I said that. Anyhow, we all make mistakes when we talk, don't we? So, well, some people make more than others. But what am I saying? I am talking to you about starting your business, about getting those new clients, and referral is the best way to do it. Last time I talked just very quickly about social media, about finding your platform, finding the platform you want to be on. If you're someone who talks, then get on and do lives on the platforms you enjoy. Do lives on them. You can do quick things on YouTube if that's the platform you like. Whichever platform it is that you prefer, get on there and do what you like. If you prefer to write rather than do lives, create some blogs. One blog a month will create all the content you need for your social media if that's what you get on and do. So it is about stepping out into the community. It is about being visible. Nobody's going to know you're there if you're not visible, and you have to be visible. All right. It is about telling your clients, the few that you have when you first get them, to tell their friends and tell other people. It is about making sure that they have everything they need. All right. It is challenging, but there's lots of actionable steps when you sit down and look at the space you have online, look at where you're at, look what can be repurposed. So if you were to put up an Instagram post with a picture, you could immediately go and put it on Google, the same picture on Google My Business, the same conversation, because the person on Instagram, if they do go to Google and see it, then there's recognition. There's, it's the same person. I found the same picture. If it's not the same person, but they see that picture, they'll be going, wow, that's great. This person looks amazing. Not realizing that you're repurposing your content, but repurposing is fine. Using AI is fine. Everybody's doing it. Don't feel you can't do it. And I don't think it's a bad thing when you look at stuff and you go, oh, they've used AI to write that or do that. Yes, if you're doing an assignment and an essay, you can't use AI. We all get that. But if it's for advertising, if it's for content, there's no reason why you can't use AI to do that. Make your life that bit easier. Give yourself a break. Stop forcing yourself through hoops that you can't ever get through. And so it's just holding you back. We have to take a step forward. And to do that, we have to look at what we enjoy and go with what we enjoy. So my son, when he was in year 12, and then he was looking at university courses and he was like, oh, I'll do chemistry. I was like, why are you going to do chemistry? You don't even like chemistry. He said, oh, it'll challenge me. I'm like, mate, we don't need to be challenged as adults. That's not part of what being an adult is. You get challenged every day. It's called adulting. Do what you enjoy. You enjoy reading the newspaper. You enjoy reading the economics information and things. So why don't you do a business degree? Oh yeah, did a business degree. He enjoyed it. Daughter was slightly different in that she went to uni to do what she thought she'd enjoy, immediately realized she didn't enjoy it, just changed. And now she's, about to finish her double degree. We're all different. And the people who follow us, the people who want to see us are our unique people. So if you copy other people's stuff, and I mean copy properly, like it's the same, then you're not going to get your people, you're going to get their people, and they're going to be upset. There's bad karma. If you look at other people's content and you like it and you use that as a framework for what you're doing, maybe you look at somebody's content and you think, I love those whites and pinks and the way it's all displayed. You can use that as how you display things, but with different content that's relevant to you. So we need to tell people, we need to show people, we need to be in front of people, and we can do that in a myriad of different ways. And when we're starting out, that does mean going into the local library and seeing if you can do a talk there. If you've got a health food shop, popping into the health food shop and introducing yourself, going around to the people that might use you and knocking on doors and saying, this is who I am and this is what I do. And not knocking on their door and saying, I can do what you do. It's knocking on their door and saying, I can help and support you because I will take on the people you don't want or that you can't deal with. It's like, there's no point going to see an orthopedic surgeon and saying, I can do hip replacements when the orthopedic surgeon can do hip replacements anyway. You go and see the orthopedic surgeon and you say, I work specifically in weight loss with people who are in pain from their hips and knees, and they're the ones who can't do surgery on because they're too large. So that is my area so that you can ultimately do your surgery on them because I've supported them to get them into your office. Okay. Do you see the difference? Is that making sense? Because it's really important that who we offer ourselves to, we're not going in there going, oh, I'll just take your clients, or it is a mutual, how I can help you. There's no point going in if you don't have that offer of support for them and what they do to make them better, to improve their job and their business. It's not about you when you go into anywhere to tell them about what you do. It's about them. What can you do for their people? How can you support their people? How can you encourage their people to get better or do whatever it is that they need to do? So we need to get that word of mouth marketing out there. It might be that you have to do a couple of markets. I did a few markets right in the beginning. What did I make? I made teas and I made creams and bath salts and a few other things that I enjoyed making. And those what I would sell. And I would have my card there. I would have my sign up. And it's about people coming up to you. And I didn't make any money at any of the markets, not even to cover the product that I'd made. But what I did create was an understanding that I was their local go-to naturopath. And so I started getting clients that way. I started getting bookings for talks because people would see me at markets. So they would come to my talk. They'd create, they'd say, come and do a talk for us on this at this library, or I've seen you promoting yourself in this area. Can you come and give this talk for us? So think outside the box and think about your skill sets, your other skills. What are your other skills? All right. What are you good at? What is it that you've done in the past? You might think, well, nothing. I did bookkeeping before. But that means you have a very logical mind. If you're a bookkeeper, if you're someone who does spreadsheets. And what did you do in the past? I worked in business. I was in an office. That means you have a logical mind. So if you can use that logical mind to your advantage, in that you can create things in advance, you can schedule them, you can use a spreadsheet to your advantage. Your clients, perhaps you're going to have a system with your clients where they're able to check in because your past job turns out you're really tech savvy. So what is your past life and how can you bring that into it? Maybe it's the people that you knew back in your past life and you know how much they need help. And so you can promote to them or to that client base or that client group. So who is out there that needs your services? What services do you want to offer them? So what gives you joy? What is it that you don't mind going and reading research for? What is it that you think is really exciting to go and listen to a webinar on? Because those are the subjects that you're going to be wanting to promote as your client base. And once we're good at something, once we've niched into an area, people know that we're there for them and that we have the skill set to support them. It's very tempting after a couple of months of promoting one particular area to go, oh, well, nobody's come to see me. I'm going to promote another area now. Whereas we haven't thought outside the square at that problem. We haven't gone, well, here I am 3 months in. I've only had 3 clients with that problem. All my other clients have this other problem. Well, maybe you go to the other problem. Or I've only had 3 clients full stop and they all had this problem. But then we need to go to those 3 clients and say, where are you hanging out? Where can I share my information to? For me, if you refer a client to me, I give you a free appointment. If you are in my group already and you refer another practitioner, like to my Monday group, then you'll get 3 months free. Okay? Because I know you by that time. I know the client by that time. So it's not hard for me to then have the person I know well coming to see me for free. It doesn't take up any more of my time. I'm not researching them afterwards. I'm not struggling with their problem by the time they're referring people to me. So think about where you can be outside the box. Where is it that you can source your people from that might be from your past? What skills do you have from your past that you can bring into it now? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as the old saying goes. Think about how you can successfully repurpose skills that you already have into this new business. All right. So the next couple of podcasts, I'm actually going to be talking about interacting with your client and how to get the best out of the consult itself. So I look forward to catching up with you next time. As always, have a great rest of day. And if you fancy it, scroll down, give us a 5-star review. Any less than 5 stars, don't bother. Just email me and tell me why you listened to the entire thing, listened all the way to the end, and then didn't get me 5 stars. All right. Have a good one. I look forward to catching up with you soon. See ya.
Thanks so much for joining me today. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe to the podcast for the weekly episodes. If you'd like even more support and learning, then the Academy is for you. Here you'll find part 2 of the herbal discussions, more clinical learning, and case studies to support your clients in practice. Bye for now.